Can AI properly predict the stock market? Could AI properly give me the right advice on which stocks to buy? That's been a question that I've had ever since AI has gotten so popular. And this is our fourth week of actually testing this out. I'm putting real money, my own money in this, testing this out, and I'm comparing four different AIs against each other. Let's do that. Welcome to week four of testing this out. The stock market typically is influenced by things that are happening in politics and anything with government and different industries and different things like that. They're usually impacted by current events. People get scared. People get, you know, it's, i- i- it's, uh, it's kind of up in the air. It's really, really interesting. So I'm going to be asking AI the questions on what stocks to buy related to what's happening right now. So I encourage you, put it in the comments. What are some questions relating to what's going on with different industries, with different things in politics, with different things in government that you think that I should ask on the next time? But we'll go ahead and get started here. This is really important. I want to get started here with I am not a financial advisor. So don't think that I'm actually giving you advice. You need to seek out a financial advisor for what stocks to get because stocks, if you're investing your own money, it's volatile. I'm not advising you here at all. I'm actually just showing you my experience in investing my money and showing you what's happening with me. So you can laugh at me or not. All right. So this is all the different AIs that we're actually talking about. We have AInvest, we have Grok, we have ChatGPT, and Gemini. And as of right now, they all look like they're about even, although Gemini is actually in the lead. And I'll show you that in a minute. AInvest is closely behind, and then followed by ChatGPT and Grok. Kind of opposite of what I was thinking in the beginning if you watch the original videos. All right. Then, so what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be asking the AI each the same question each week. And this question, because of what is going, this week's question, you're really going to want to keep paying attention because this week's question is all about actually what AI thinks because of what's happening in the culture and what's happened with Charlie Kirk's assassination and different things like that can impact the stock market too. And I'm actually curious, not just impacting people's lives, but also impacting the stock market. I'm actually curious as to what AI thinks that Charlie Kirk would recommend and the things that he stood for and what they would recommend that he would actually purchase. May seem a little bit of a touchy subject for some people, so I'm sorry, but I thought it would be very interesting because I never thought about asking what some public figure would what AI interprets that they would pick. So it might be kind of interesting. So because that's something that's recently happened, I just thought I would actually give that a test for this week's question and not just ask a generic. So I'm being very, very specific about how I ask that with AI, but each AI gets the same question to be fair. And then the same amount of money I'm going to be investing each week. And this week, in honor of Charlie, I'm actually investing each one. I'm going to be investing because his birthday is October 14th. So each one I'm going to be investing $1,014. So each one will be allocated that amount. And if any of them agree, I'm going to be investing $1,014 of my own money in that particular stock. So I thought that would be very honoring. And then if any, for those of you that may not agree with me doing this, I thought that would be a good honoring thing. And if any AIs agree, I'm going to purchase that stock with my own money, just like what I said. And if the AI gives me more than the three picks, like this week, I'm going to be asking for three picks. If it gives me more, I'm only going to be picking three. And once the stocks hit the $10,000 limit of different purchases after a few weeks here, we're going to be hitting that. And so then I'm going to be asking, basically that's my limit, and then I'm going to start asking about selling. So that's what's happening. So let's get into this. I'm actually going to be keeping track of it on an investment tracker. That's really, really cool. And then my goal is to get to race to double. Now you'll see these things are a little bit different. This is what I was thinking would happen in the beginning. I thought AI Invest would went out over those, and I thought Gemini would be last, but turns out Gemini is actually leading right now. So good for them. All right. So what I want to do is I actually ask the same question of all of them. But before we get to that, right now we are looking at AI Invest has gone up about 1%. They have made, with all the purchases that we've had, they have made $86. As you can see, various stocks have gone up and gone down. Same thing with ChatGPT. They've actually only gone up $12 in a few weeks. So, so far it's not looking like, man, this is an amazing way to do things, but I'm just testing it out. And then uh, we're looking at Grok being going down $43.78. They're saying 0%, but that's just it's still going down a little bit. And Gemini is up about 1% at $138. So the only ones that have actually so Gemini is barely beating out AI Invest, like what I was telling you about before. And these are the stocks that I purchased that they agreed on. And I purchased these stocks with my own money, all of these in here. And so far, those have actually gone down $2.63. But this has really only been like a week or two that I was able to actually do this. So I'm excited. Let's get into the next part of this on asking AI what type of stocks when we need to get. So I already I can't talk. I already put in all the questions here and ran it, and I'm saying right now, as of today, here's the question. As of today, what are the top 3 stocks in the faith-based sector that aligns with Charlie Kirk's values and recommended for long-term growth based on recent analyst reports and financial metrics like revenue growth and debt levels. And then I'm saying including the pros and cons and sources. So when you're asking AI questions, I've found out you need to be very, very specific. My questions the last few weeks, I haven't been very specific, and because of that, I'm not getting similar stocks. And that was the other thing, is that these are all paper trades right here on the individuals. This is paper trading. But if anything agrees, I'm actually putting my own money in it. So it's pretty cool. I'm excited. All right. So now I want to show you, here is so ChatGPT said that they recommended, of that, from that answer they recommended AVGO. Some of you may recognize that that was actually a recommendation earlier on. Then Planter Technologies and ExxonMobil. So a similar things to what they've already recommended. Then we have Grok recommended, asking the same question. They recommended NVIDIA, AVGO. So there's one right there. So we're going to actually put that in, and I'm going to be purchasing with my own money $1,014 worth of AVGO stock. And then the third one they're recommending is Caterpillar. So right now we only have one, and we'll see what AI Invest recommends. AI Invest actually recommended AAR Corporation, whatever that is. They're full of air. Anyways, and Micron Technology and SanDisk, and then um Gemini recommends Tractor Supply, ExxonMobil. There's two. That's the second one. So right up here, ExxonMobil was also recommended by ChatGPT. So I'm going to be buying $1,014 worth of ExxonMobil stock, and then Salem Media Group. So right before I started recording, I did want to give you a little bit of advice. And again, I'm not claiming to be a financial advisor and everything, but I did look up Salem Media Group. I looked up a lot of these stocks and try to get information and just because I'm curious. And I did look up Salem Media Group, and when I was, thinking about, like, going in there to purchase or something like that with Salem Media Group, because I actually thought originally someone else had one of the other ones had said this, but I found out later they didn't. But Salem Media Group, Charles Schwab app gave me a warning they're not complying with some type of regulation. So just heed warnings that some of these brokerage accounts give you before you actually try to purchase because there may be something I don't know. I'm not saying anything against that company. I don't know what it is that they're doing, but with Salem Media Group, the I just wanted to let you know that Charles Schwab was given some kind of warning about it. So I don't know what that is. Charles Schwab could probably tell you or whatever if you did look that up on your own. So that was kind of interesting. They're giving me a warning about that one. So let's go ahead and drag this one over here. So I went ahead and put all the information right here on my week 4 tracker here. So AInvest said Air, MU, SanDisk, and I'm purchasing $1,014 of each of those stocks. Now, again, this is paper trading. So right now that leaves me with 2,300 out of the 10,000. Same thing with ChatGPT. They're saying AVGO, Planter, ExxonMobil, NVIDIA, AVGO, and CAT for Grok, and Gemini is Tractor Supply, Exxon, and Salem Media Group. Now, so that means that I am adding now only two this time, but pretty cool. So Exxon and AVGO now are added, and $1,014 I'm gonna be purchasing those, or actually already did today. So they've both gone up a little bit, so that's good. Just today. So we're gonna keep going. We're gonna see. I'm gonna see if I can make a little bit of money here. So I really appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you for checking in. I think that this is gonna be an awesome experiment. So that's it. That's everything that I'm able to buy, and I'm actually really happy. I'm getting to invest even a little bit more money in this. So what's going to happen? I don't know. Is it actually going to work? I'm not really sure. Thank you for watching. My name is Michael. I encourage you to plan for increase. Thanks for watching week 4 of the Plan for Increase podcast.